This is gonna hurt.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoever they are, they don't look
You need to stop
friendly.
that.
As you just saw, Penny can do some really funny stuff. She's my favorite tank to play, so I'm going to go over all of her stuff that you probably don't know about. On all my guides, I kind of talk about combos. Penny doesn't really have those. I'll show you some things to do to set up, but one of the only combo I can really talk about is with left click. If you burst them with left click, you can get the last hit a little quicker with melee. But I would never recommend even doing this, because just shooting them raw is probably faster, because when are they ever not going to get healed during that whole duration? Let's be real. One nice thing about Penny is that she has very little damage fall off. Also, by the way, she can't get headshots, but very little damage fall off. So it does about 30 damage. Does a little less than 25 damage. Her web has a 4-second cooldown. This is probably one of the fastest CCs in the game, stuns in the game, with the shortest cooldown. It could stop a lot of ults with the web as well, with such a short cooldown that it's a little ridiculous. Probably one of the strongest things about Penny. If you do want to try to get kills with Penny, throwing 2 bombs down and then shooting net is very good, because if those 2 bombs magically hit, it's a kill sub for Penny all by herself on 250 health characters. Hopefully I can hit it right here.
Time for some fireworks. And that's how we do it in Tokyo.
Normally you'll want to shoot the web for CC when you have a DPS nearby so they can secure the kill, but that's just in case if you're by yourself, you want to secure a solo kill. If you hit a flying opponent with the web, they'll drop slightly, but they won't drop all the way down. If you didn't already know, the nets and stuff give Penny additional bonus health. You should always be standing nets, also movement speed if you didn't know that. But I don't recommend using your right click to put the net down. You also have your F ability, which is your main like movement mobility stuff, but it always attaches you to it, and you're always going to go to it if it's from pretty far away. So I recommend just using that instead if you want to heal yourself or put a little field down for yourself, because the right click's too useful as a combat tool compared to the F move. With the movement web, one nice thing about it is that it won't go away until you detach yourself, or if you go way outside of its area, I think over like 20 meters. But as you see here, you'll keep bouncing forever as if you don't press any direction. If you press a direction, you can actually move at free will. But once you're past 10 meters, it pulls you back. Also reduces your movement speed, but it's really fun to snap back like this. So it actually has the same cooldown as your right click. So you can get 2 nets down out of 3 right away by just using both of those. So your E-bombs are your biggest source of damage. They do 100 damage, so 3 E-bombs should kill every single 300 health DPS support and below. If bombs are in your webs on the ground, they're hidden from enemy view, but it's kind of a clear show that you have a bomb there, in my opinion. So if you want to get some cheese kills, put the bombs on the side of doors, like small doorways, and enemies will run past and get hit by them anyway. Most opponents cannot run past the bombs, especially if they don't know they're there. Also, try to put the bombs on the ground. From my testing, it seems if you put them on walls or like the ceiling, they blow up slower than if they're on the ground. So Spider Nest is one of the coolest things in Penny's kit outside of her bombs. The little bombs do not do as much as the E-bombs, by the way. Spider Nest is pretty dang easy to destroy. So my biggest recommendation with Penny is always body block your spider nest. I recorded a bunch of spots on every map to put spider nests. There are probably better spots where you could put these, but here's a bunch of recommendations on spots I use or I think are good. As you see, you usually want to put the spider nest near walls. So like I said, if you want to body block it, having less angles to cover near a wall is better, so it's harder for them to destroy it. Putting the spider nest near the cart is always good also if you can't find any other spot. But a lot of the time, you'll just have to put the spider nest somewhere in the open and pray to God that they don't destroy it or body block for your life. Also, if you put down a spider nest and pick it right back up by pressing shift again, it doesn't have a cooldown. And actually, the lower health it is, the longer the cooldown is. So if you ever mess up the placement of it, you can quickly get rid of it and put another one down right away. With the Spire Nest as well, it blocks doors. So you can kind of act like a group wall, either block people off from getting to a point or block people off from escaping. This is one of the coolest things with Shift. So your little nano spiders actually will follow any nets on the ground. So if you put more nets down, see how they won't reach this Galacta bot? If you put enough of these nets down, they'll actually travel through the other spider webs to get kills. Sometimes your spider nests make really weird nets, right? If the nets aren't fully connected, the nanobots will try to run to the enemy, but they can't always reach them. So Penny's Venom trade up is pretty dang strong. It does 50 damage and it can hit 3 times in total. I don't recommend you ever hit the initial hit, because if you do it right next to somebody, they'll go up and fly away. It's a waste. When does Penny want them to go up in the sky? You normally want to throw 2 bombs behind somebody and then push them into it, because that can set up the kills. It's not as easy as it looks on that idle bot, so you usually only get 1 bomb to hit, or maybe not any bombs to hit, but you're still hitting 150 damage total, but slowly. Another nice thing about it, you can cancel it early, so if I just hold left click after this is how long it takes to use my gun again, right? But if you cancel out of it yourself, you can actually get the damage output a lot quicker. Also, you take 50% reduced damage during it, so these shots usually do 25 as you see, but if I'm during this, I take half of that. During her ult, there's actually an animation cancel from doing the swing attack into the bomb. So you can do the swing attack and then cancel into throwing a bomb to get the swing attack a little faster. You can do it on whiff too, but so until you get all the bombs down, I recommend that. And also, you only have a limited amount of bombs during the ult. So when you're not near somebody, just make sure you get all these bombs thrown down, because they'll be there after the ult's over too. Also, as you saw, she drops a bunch of webs during that. So just like we talked about before, by making a pathway for the bombs to hit, it's mostly important during her ult. So if you just have this down, you start running towards people, all the little nanobots will come attack them as well. So always make sure you get the shift put down beforehand. But also, if you do have the time, if you throw all 4 of your E's down before your ult, by the time your ult's over, you'll have those 4 bombs back. So you gotta throw bombs during your ult, before your ult, and after your ult. And like we said, your E is your highest damage output, so as many bombs as you can get down on the ground as possible is pretty good. Even if they're in obvious spots, the enemy team might be dumb, they might run into them, you know? Take the chance. My game plan on Penny is to put my spider nest where the heaviest traffic is on the map. Of course, that changes all the time, so I have to place it in different spots constantly. Then all the alternate routes, put bombs on the doorways or something to cover it, so people who do try to flank get caught as well. Then after that, just try to land stuns for your teammates to get kills with. You could spam them all the time because the low cooldown, so it's not that big of a risk. I have to say, when Penny's a solo tank, she usually doesn't excel that much, especially if you guys don't have the lead. Penny trying to get the lead back or trying to recapture a point and stuff is a really big struggle for her. So yeah, usually having another tank be able to walk in front of Penny while she sets up is a great attribute. But you know what she is really good against? Dive comps. So if they're running Iron Fist, Magic, Spider-Man, Venom, any of those characters that just jump in on you or your backline, that's where Penny excels at. If you have good communication with your supports and snipers, you can also lay bombs down where they're usually going, or let them know that you have bombs for them, just in case if somebody tries to gank them. Yeah, she's the most fun tank in the game for me. I have a lot of fun playing her. And hey, if you want to see more guides or check me out on Twitch, I'd appreciate that. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Thanks.